Hello. Welcome again to a reading of the St. Paul's Epistle to the Romans, beginning got up to chapter 9, verse 19. Again, you will need commentaries to get proper expounding of the meanings of these verses. So, eres moi un, tit and in brackets un, eti memphatai. Will you therefore say to me, future of Lego, why still, if we read the un, then am I blamed? This is from Memphomai. Why then am I blamed? Toga boulemati autu tis anthesteken. For who, anthesteken is from anti plus histemi, to stand opposed to, and I'm taking a dative, to his will. Or anthrope. Men un ge su tis a ho ant apokrinominos to theo. So Paul likes to ask these rhetorical questions, and then he replies, "O man." We get a very interesting combination of particles, men, un, and ge, which is a very strong combination of particles. You get this in the New Testament. It's a very strong correction, really. It's only used in the New Testament. So it's who are you? It's almost who are you then, in fact? Menunge. Who are you? The one back answering, anti again, or answering against, or perhaps back answering God. Me ere to plasma, to plasanti, time epoiesas hutos. Plasma is a third declension noun in ma. It's connected with plaso, to mould. It's cognate with our word plastic, interestingly. So it's that which is moulded. So it's may question expecting the answer no. So surely that which is moulded will not say to the one having moulded it, we get dative participle from the verb cognate with that, why have you made me thus? A uk eke exousian ho keramus to pelu, ek to autu, and the next word is fruramatos. I'll just read it out. Poiesai homin eis timain skuos, hot de eis artemian. I'll turn the page in a second. So, or, it's a question again. Does not, now here we're expecting the answer yes. So does not, the keramus is the potter, cognate with our word ceramic. So does not the potter have authority, and we get a genitive here, authority over the clay. Pelos means mud, literally, but it also is used for clay. So does not the potter have authority over the clay? And then ek tu autu fu ramatos. So it's that use of autos here in between the article and the noun. So from the same furamatos, this is from furama, it's a word meaning a lump. Can be used of a lump of dough as well. Here it's just a lump of clay, I think. So does not the potter have authority over the clay to make from the same lump homin and hot de, one as a vessel for honor, and one understand as a vessel for dishonor. So I suppose he's comparing here a wine jar with a toilet pot or something like that. A dethelon hothios in deixastai tein orgain kai gnorisai, tidunaton autu einenken in pole macrothumia, skue orges cat ertis mena es apoleon, kai hina gnorisai ton pluton tes doxes autu, episkue elios hot pro a toimasin es doxan. So a long and in fact rather difficult theologically sentence here. So if God is willing en dexasthai to show or to reveal his anger, and gnorisai from gnoristo, it's an aorist infinitive, and to make known ton dunaton out to his power, a nenken, literally he bore. It's the aorist from pharaoh, probably in the sense of he endured. So if God willingly shows his anger and makes known his power, having done all that, he endured with much long suffering, macrothemia. So having endured the skue or gas. Now this is literally a vessel of anger, and it must be the object of the verb here. So he has endured this vessel of anger. Now the exact meaning of this is, I don't think, is particularly certain here. He seems to be saying that God has, in his opinion, that God has created certain people to suffer his anger. Some translate a vessel deserving his anger, but that's not in the Greek. Others say the objects of his wrath, but that doesn't really fit in well with the simile we had before. Some extreme Calvinists are very fond of this verse as evidence of their doctrine of double predestination, but so I'll leave that all to the theologians. I'm just translating what's here. Now, skue is, these are vessels actually. It's a plural, so it's vessels, not vessel. Vessels of anger, having been prepared for destruction. So I'll just do that bit again because it's complicated. So if God is willing to reveal his anger and to make known his power, if God being willing to do all that, bears with, or perhaps endures, or has endured, with much long suffering, a vessel of anger, having been made for destruction, and in order that he might make known the wealth of his glory, epi skue elios, on vessels of pity, which he prepared beforehand, this is pro plus hetoi masdo, for glory. And this is all a question. So it's sort of like, what if, I suppose, what if God, willing to do all this, so what if God, willing to show his anger and to make known his power, endured with much long suffering vessels of destruction made for destruction, and he did all this in order that he might make known the wealth of his glory upon the vessels of pity, which he prepared beforehand for glory. And it's all a question. So it's a fairly long and contorted sentence here. You whom also he called, not only from among the Judeans, but also from the Gentiles. And then we get some quotations. Hos en to Hosea lege, as he says in Isaiah. The quotation is from Hosea. It's from Hosea 2:33 here. Kaleso ton u la on mu kai ten uk agape menain. I will call that which is not my people, I will call my people. So those who are not my people, I will call my people, and she who has not been loved, I will call as having been loved. It's feminine here because often Israel's referred to as in the feminine sense any group of people, race of people, often is referred to in a feminine sense here, but it is feminine. So, and she who is not has not been loved, perfect passive participle from agapao, as having been loved. We get another quotation here. I think this one, or does this follow on? No, this is still Hosea 1:10. This is Hosea 1:10. And there will be in kai estai ento topo hu erethe autois ulaos mu humes epe kleithesontai huioi theou zontos. And there will be in the place where, that's that who, relative pronoun but meaning where, in the place where it was said to them, aorist passive from lego. So in the place where it was said to them, you are not my people, eke there, so in that place where that was said, there, they will be called sons of the living God. So future passive here from Kallio, and we get a participle, genitive participle from Tsao. They will be called sons of the living God. We have more quotations. Now he quotes from Isaiah. The quotations are from Isaiah 10:22 to 23 in this bit here. So he says, Azaias de krasde hupetu Israel ean a ho arithmos ton fuion Israel hos he amos tes thalases to hupalema sothe satai. Isaiah cried out on behalf of Israel. Ean, it's almost, as a kai would have been better to have in here. It's almost even if, but it's just literally if. A is subjunctive from the verb to be. So if the number of the sons of Israel, this will be genitive, so it's almost even if the number of the sons of Israel might be as Hey Amos, the sand of the sea. Amos is one of those, you see it's feminine here, it's one of those second declension feminine nouns. Generally things connected with the earth, as sand is, are generally taken as feminine. So, so even if the number of the sons of Israel is as the sand of the sea, we might have a nice de here. It's just the remnant will be saved. So it's sort of like only the remnant will be saved, but there's no only in the Greek. It's just the remnant will be saved. Future passive from sozo. Hupalema, it's connected with lapo, and it's the word for remnant. It's a fairly late word, so it's a remnant will be saved. Logon gas sun telon kai sun temnon poiese kurios epites ges. Now we get two participles here, for, and the subject is kurios, and of course by itself it means Yahweh because it's a quotation again. So it's the Lord, literally will make a word. And then we get participles. Sun telon kai sun temnon. It's something like completing and cutting short. So shortening, it's that temno, to cut. So completing and cutting short he will make his, so completing and cutting short, he will make a word upon the earth, is literally what it means here. The sense is final and quick. So you could translate it as the Lord will make a completion and a shortening of the word upon the earth. But it's a quotation from the Septuagint, and the grammar's a little bit odd here. So it's the Lord completing and cutting short. He will make his word upon the earth, literally. Kai kathos pro eireken Hoseias. Now again we get quotations from Isaiah, I think 1:9. And just as Isaiah said beforehand, this is pro plus heiraken, perfect from lego, Ame Kurios Sabaot En Kat Elipen Hemin Sperma Hos Sodoma an Egene Thamen Kai Hos Gomorrah an Homoi Othamen. For unless the Lord, now this is Lord of hosts, the Lord Shabbat. So this is one of the names of God. So unless the Lord of hosts had left behind for us sperma, offspring, we would have become like or as Sodom, and we would be compared to Gomorrah. We would be likened as to Gomorrah. From homoi o'o, this is the aorist passive. The last little section here from chapter 9. Ti'un erumen, what shall we say? Hoti ethne tame di okonta, dikaya sunain kat eliben, dikaya sunain de tain ek pistios, Israel de diokon nomon, dikaya sunes es nomon uk efthasin. What then shall we say? That the Gentiles, literally the nations, the Gentiles, the ones not seeking, this is a neuter participle agreeing with ethne, the ones not seeking righteousness. So although they didn't seek righteousness, kat eleben, they obtained righteousness. Now it's neuter plural subject singular verb here. So we simply say they obtained righteousness, comma, but righteousness which is from faith. Israel de, but Israel, literally pursuing a law of righteousness in the law, uk efthasen. This is from phthano. It's a hard verb often to translate into English. It sort of has the sense of to forestall, to get in first, to win through, get there ahead. Here it's just probably in a weakened form. I think it means they didn't obtain it. They didn't get there first. They did not obtain it. Diatit, why? Hoti uk ek pistios alahos ek ergon, and there's various readings here. Pros ekopsan to litho su pros komatos, and then we're going to get a quotation. I'll hold that for a minute. So why? Because you've got to supply the verb to be. It was not from faith, but as though from works. But as from works. Prosekopsan, from proskopto, to stumble. So they stumbled on the stone of stumbling, literally. This is a Septuagintal expression. It's something like they stumbled on the stone that causes people to stumble. That's the stone of stumbling. Kathos gegraptai, as it has been written. We get another quotation here. This one is from Isaiah 8:14, I think. Idu tithemi en Sion lithon proskomatos kai petran sun scandalu kai hopistuon ep auto u kat iskun thesatai. Behold, I place in Zion a stone of stumbling. You can see that the noun here is it's cognate with the verb proskopto and proskomatos. So it's proskoma, it's a third declension neuter noun. So behold, I place in Zion a stone of stumbling and a rock of scandal, literally. Another word for stumbling. A rock of stumbling, and the one believing on it, that presumably is referring to this lithon, to this stone, U cat ice will not be put to shame. Future passive from cat I scuno, or cat I scunomai, I should say, it's middle. So the one believing in it will not be put to shame. And that is the end of chapter 9.